Alrighty folks, so Hygger has sent me this Hygger. It's the HG955. It's the 5-in-1 electric aquarium gravel cleaner. I'll just be honest with you, I'm not a big huge gravel vacuuming person. You know, all my planted tanks I never vacuum, but I am working on a project that we can actually use this on. But for right now, we're just going to kind of show you all the parts and pieces and what this thing comes with. So you've got the owner's manual, and you've got this big bag of parts. And let me just open these parts up. So all these different parts are for doing the different tasks that it allows you to do. And let me get this thing open. Set that down. And then we'll open up this big bag of parts. Alrighty. So to go through what this stuff is, these different attachments. So you have several different attachments that we can use, right? So you have a brush that you can brush, you know, the sides of your glass or whatever. They have this, it's called a sand cleaner. Not sure how that works yet, but, and you have a debris vacuum piece that comes with it as well. And then you have this piece, so like if you want to do a water change with this thing, you can put this on the end of it and you put this in the water and it will help stop from fish and everything getting in there and do the water change. Of course, this is like your sand vacuum tube. You put it down in the sand and clean it. And one thing I kind of like is these things have filters. So it traps the debris in it. And then this other piece is on the handle. When I get it all set up, it has two more filters. So what you can do is you can gravel vac, and then it will suck it up and it'll pump it through here and then put the water right back in the tank. So I really like that feature. So that's pretty cool. You know, and these things just come apart, unscrew, right? You can take your filters out and clean them when you're done. So it's really simple. And let me get this baby back together. So this is going to be kind of boring here at first, but I'm going to assemble this right straight by the book. And it's pretty simple. So you're going to grab your pump motor, right? And this is the bottom piece I'm taking it. And it says to take this piece, like so, yeah. I'm going to screw this baby on. And then there's an extension tube. And then you have your shorter extension tube. And then there is where you can hook your little water return deal back in here. And then from here, you can decide how long do you want this thing? You could have this thing for a short tank, like this, okay? Or if you have really tall tanks, like the one that when I get ready to show you this in operation, it's like 30 inches tall, and it's really hard to reach your arm in there. So you can add all these extensions, and these extensions are quite long. So you can do this. And my goodness. And there you go, folks. Look at this. This is like 40, it says 40 inches tall. If I can get this thing to screw in there, be all right. So there you have it, folks. So I am sitting down, and this thing is chin high, you know, so it is plenty long to do the job for tall tanks. And then, like I say, so if you want to do a water change, you just literally slide this on, drop it in your tank, hook it to your power, and you can do a water change. You'd have to take this piece off and let the water, you'd have to put the outlet up here. So you have an outlet you can screw up top here, and you can just hook a hose to it like so. And let me take that off and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So to do a water change, that's all you do. You would get rid of this little small piece here and just have the extension and have a hose, and it'll pump the water out of your tank if you want to do a water change with it. So another attachment, let's take this off. So if you want to do any brushing, you just cook the brush in there, and it does pivot. So you have angles that you can do it with, which is cool. And then this is a sand filter or a sand cleaner somehow. Not quite sure how this thing works as a cleaner. It's got a little, like a bio ball in there, so I guess it gets the dirt or something. I don't know how it works. So but that's what they call it, is a sand cleaner. And then you have the vacuum thing, and once again it pivots as well. So that's all good. And then, like I say, you have a bunch of clips here where you can clip your power cable up along the way as you need it. And do you want to do the vacuuming of your sand? You can do that like that and just put it in there and do it. So there's a lot of parts to this. And the cable, it doesn't tell me how long it is, so let's kind of figure that out real quick. Let me unscrew this whole thing. I know this is probably really boring, this assembly part, but there's so many parts with this thing that you really need to kind of see what it does or how it goes together. All right. So you got that piece, and then this here, it's a waterproof fitting, and it screws together. And like so, and then you have an on and off switch, and you plug it in, and you can use the on and off switch to do your business with it. So I don't know how many feet this thing is, but let's put it on the floor. So I'm going to say roughly, this thing's roughly about 8 or 9 feet of cord that comes with it. So there you have it, folks. That is the parts and pieces of this thing. Once I get this thing where my project is that I've been working on, we'll actually demo this thing in use, and I'll do some gravel backing in that tank, and we'll give you a shot and show you how this thing functions, and we'll go from there. Alrighty. Okay, folks, so I'm going to show you what this thing looks like. So this is the return. It dumps it right back into your tank. You see it's got a little filter, and that's the pump motor and a little bit of gravel sucker with a sponge in there. So let's suck some stuff up and see what we got going on. So for right now, let me kind of just go on the back side. Can't really see what I'm doing, but we're just going to set it there for now. Let's plug her in. And let's see where we can plug it in at. Let me plug it into this here gizmo. So it has an on and off switch. And I know you can't see very well, but this thing is sucking up an awful lot of crap. You may not be able to see it very good, but let me take this piece off. And let's clean this sponge off. That's pretty easy. See how nasty that is? Didn't take much to make it dirty. Alright, so I got the sponge cleaned, as you can see here. And let's clean the other part. And that's this guy over here. It just unscrews. Whoops, made a mess here. Let's go clean this guy now. So I know it can't be seen very well, but there's two sponges in here. The top one is coarse and this one's a really fine one. So anyway, they're cleaned back out. So let's do some more sucking. Alrighty. Like I say, this thing has an on and off switch on it. So right now it's on off. Let's go over here and spin this around a little bit. And let's turn it on again. Boy, there's a lot of gunk. Let's get this baby back up out of here. And we're going to clean this guy again. What happened to my sponge? Oh, did I put it in the wrong place? I think I did. Yeah, like a dummy. So I had the sponge in the wrong place. The sponge goes in the top piece, and like so. And that's probably why we didn't have very good luck. Let's try this again. There we go. All of this doggone muck is now let's clean this baby. Alrighty folks, so I got those pieces cleaned, and let me kind of show you what we've done. I don't know if you can see it very good down in there, but a lot of that muck that you see down there has been cleaned up because it was super thick. And one thing I didn't see is any dead bodies. So I don't know where my gudgeons are, but I'm not happy because I think they're dead. I think they're gone. Maybe my plecos that are in here found them and made a feast out of them. I don't know. But anyway, folks, that is the little Hygger's powered vacuum. It's pretty cool. It works pretty good. It just, if you have a tank like mine that's really dirty, you got to clean it very often because you see it plugs up pretty quick. So this thing is the, what do they call this thing? It is the Hygger 5-in-1 electric aquarium gravel cleaner. And this thing works really good, I think. Anyway, sorry about the funky looking glare because the lighting's not quite right. But anyway, that's just a quick demonstration of one of the attachments. In the previous video, I showed you all the different attachments. I'm not using all of them. I'm just going to try this one for right now, and we'll just let it go from there. So I do like the feature that it lets the water go back into the tank instead of you're draining it out. Now this thing also has the ability to do water changes with it, or pump water from a bucket back into your tank. You can do all that too, and it comes with all the stuff you need to do it with. But alrighty folks, I hope you like this video. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every one of you, and y'all have a great day.